Dentistry in general, I think for a lot of years, we've been in a position where we're teaching people about millimeters, and we're not really teaching people the essence of what it means to be a doctor. Doctor in Latin, for those of you that don't know, means teacher. I think one of the biggest problems with dentistry is actually the education. A lot of people go into it to be service-oriented. People go into it to obviously make some money. People go into it to feel like they're a part of their community and feel like they're a part of a tribe. Actually, that's a big part of satisfaction in general in life. And I don't know if schools are necessarily teaching those things, because they value the passing of exams in general over actually having the prowess to be useful, like a useful member of society. The other part of it is that by virtue of not necessarily providing students with a great experience, a social experience, a spiritual experience, a holistic experience at their school, they're not going to have more contributions to their alumni funds and their alumni events, which really disconnects current graduates from actually having access to people that know what they need to know. Any of the younger dentists that are watching this that are maybe in school, like, you got to get a mentor that's doing the stuff that you would ideally like to do and start talking to them, and you're going to save quite literally tens of years off of your career into getting to that position that you actually like being in. Another big problem, I think, in dentistry these days is the understanding that first and foremost, there's less dental schools than there are medical schools in the United States and in the world. Okay, so dentistry is actually more competitive. It costs more. It's a little bit less time, because you basically do 4 years and then you can go out and practice. 4 years of graduate school, so you still have to have undergrad. In some degree, you know, with our doctor title or teacher title, it kind of falls on us to educate people about these things. But insurances don't pay for education, and the vast majority of people are not paying for education. There's a reason that Barnes & Nobles is closing down everywhere, right? There's a reason that all these free courses online, people are thinking are scams instead of people actually trying to help them. And the reason is that people don't generally like to learn that much. You know, it's really hard to sit down and think to yourself, I need to invest in myself, because a lot of people don't even have faith that they're worth investing in. When it comes down to public health, when it comes down to what we can do in free clinics, what we can do in our community, there's very little education when it comes to that, and there's very few paths besides the government actually paying for your student loans and you working in a federally qualified health center. There's a financial benefit of going and helping people. But what I've noticed in dental school in particular was that it was really, really hard to actually get students to commit to service-based opportunities. I mean, their excuses were like, I have school, I have classes, I have this and that. But I'm telling you right now, if you're a dental student and you feel overwhelmed, when you get into real life, you're probably going to continue to be overwhelmed, right? Try to expand the potential of what you're capable of doing. Like, I'm not just talking about America. In the world, you are some of the most educated human beings on the planet. Specialized education. And you have also, in the world, spent some of the most amount of money on your education. So if you go back to business and you go to Alex Hormozy, he talks about your ignorance cost, right? So if you want to be a millionaire, the reality, and you're only, when you come out of school, you're making maybe $120,000 a year, maybe you're making $200,000 a year. Your ignorance cost is actually $1 million subtracted by that number. So every single day, you're paying $800,000 at least being ignorant. You got to get the business knowledge, you got to get the financial knowledge, you got to have some sort of vision of what you want to do in life. You got to have mentors that can help you do that stuff more effectively. Dentists aren't particularly social, right? We spend a lot of time thinking about millimeters, we spend a lot of time thinking about science, we have some anxiety obviously when it comes down to seeing patients in general. We are human beings though. There's a certain amount of words that we need to put out. For guys in particular, you need to have 2 dudes nights a week in order to actually feel like you are spiritually grounded and that you have a social group, that you have relationships that actually matter to you. So my suggestion to you, or anyone that's actually looking for having a more satisfying career in dentistry, is actually going out and finding those people, local practices, whatever it is, organizing events where they can come and hang out, where you have people that you can rely on if, for instance, you need some sort of resources for your practice, or you need a dental assistant, or you need maybe a dentist to come in for a community service event that you're doing. So that's another thing that I think is missing in the field of dentistry, kind of a feeling of cohesion. It's just, you got to realize that, like, in the real world, you're never going to be around people that are doing all the exact same thing as you. There's very few dentists in the world, so you have to go and find them, and you have to actually put the social time into your schedule so that you can go and find them. If you're interested in any of this stuff and you're actually an advocate for changing education, please comment below what you're working on. I would love to touch base and actually get maybe a podcast with you or something where we can discuss about what I'm working on, what other dentists in the area are working on, and how we can work together. Create an initiative that you have complete control over and just start doing what you can, and you will notice a difference. Consistency is everything. This is Dr. Turab Rai from Franklin.Dental Care and Dentures. Let's touch base. I'm looking to build out this team. Bright Smiles Community Outreach Coalition is our nonprofit. We've donated somewhere around 250,000 kits over the last year. We intend to increase those numbers to millions of kits over the course of a year. We're looking for people that are great coordinators and event setters. We have the Alamo that's right next to Franklin Dental. We're gonna host fundraisers there. We're gonna have a little bar set up so that business people can come in, or anyone in the community can come in and enjoy some live music and some intellectual conversations. Hopefully we can create that hub. You gotta have your own party going on, guys. It's a lot harder to get into other people's. Take care of yourself, and let's make dentistry better for everyone. Peace. You might be getting tired of my face. If you're not getting tired of my face, here's my face.